Hello, hello, fellow truth seekers. We are talking Jesus here, and today we want to discuss a matter of discipleship.
Well, let's start with Matthew 28:19. This is Jesus right before he goes back to heaven. I think even before we read this, we're talking Jesus. Jesus is going back to heaven, and these are the last words. First of all, I think it's critical to say this is Jesus's last words.
Okay.
Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yes, Jesus.
Yeah, let's do it. How?
Yeah, my question is, even before we have the how, which is kind of an interesting, good question.
Important.
What is a disciple?
Right.
What does it mean to make disciples? Does it just mean just say the baptismal commitment prayer and man, now you're a disciple. While you go off around the world doing your thing and don't give a second thought to anything more than I'm saved now.
Now you safe, you're always safe.
Yep, I'm good.
You're good.
And
doesn't matter what you do, but you're safe, you're always safe.
And I'm going to heaven because
you're safe.
I'm a disciple.
No, because you're
safe. because discipleship. If we look at the 11 disciples, and then as they replaced Judas, you look at the disciples, they all realized that their entire life's work was to make people disciples. We still don't know what disciple really means.
Right, but how you start discipleship. I think it's a process. It's not just you come in and you just touch the person, say the prayer, and okay, voila, boom. It's a. I think it's a process, and it starts with hearing the word, hearing the good news, right? And that word should penetrate our hearts and our minds. And again, it's a process of renewing our minds, receive the mind of Christ, renewing our hearts to receive the heart of flesh, not the stone, right?
So if you understand, Jesus said, my kingdom, he has a kingdom, is not of this world. And if we are not all in on his kingdom, how can we be a disciple of Jesus? No, I'm not all in on Jesus. I'm all in on following Jesus as long as it doesn't impact this world. Because I live in this world. Obviously, God said occupy. So now it's all about this world. Whether I make my commitment and I say verbally, I believe in Jesus, I'm a follower of Jesus now, but I'm not following Jesus to that kingdom. I'm going to follow Jesus while I go to Vegas, or I'm going to follow Jesus while I go to Mardi Gras, or I'm going to follow Jesus, but it's all in this world because it's too much of a brain stretch for me to figure out how to follow Jesus in his world. Really? You're that obsessed with this world? Well, of course I'm that obsessed with this world because I live in this world. No, we're just travelers in this world. But we don't teach that. We don't make that part of the discipleship. Those 11, they believed, even Stephen, when he was being stoned, he looks up to heaven and he says, Father, forgive them and receive my spirit. They're living in that world. They're living in the heavenly world. That is what I believe we must make disciples, to where they live so that the unseen heavenly world is more real to them than the seen physical world we live in.
Well, don't you think those people have a little bit more advantage? Let's take Stephen. He had a holy vision. He saw God at the right hand of the Father. He is like, oh, and his awe and his life and his mind completely changed by that vision. And it tells the Father, forgive those people who are stoning me right now because I see your glory. I see you, Lord. And it's nothing compared to even death.
Well, do you think, Stephen,
I think if all of us would have that holy vision or something that we see glory of God, then our minds and hearts are just like boom, change.
Not gonna happen.
No?
No.
Why not?
I'll give you example after example after example. As many as you want. Children of Israel, they walked through the Red Sea.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? I mean, you have a Red Sea experience, you walk through the Red Sea, God saves you.
Yeah.
And the next day, that was yesterday.
Yeah, let's make a golden calf.
Yeah.
And worship it.
And worship that.
Yeah.
And that's Baal. So I'm telling everybody, we don't train people to live to where this world is not our home.
Do you know how to live
that
way?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day, we all day, 24 hours a day, I believe we should carry a consciousness that our commitment, our life is all about following Jesus and what he would do in this world. Mm-hmm. What he would do in this world. And of course, we really don't like to think about what Jesus would do in this world because it would change how we behave. It would change our hearts. It would change our minds and everything about. So to me, it's not that I need to get out of this world. I need to be free of all the fleshly things of this world.
Okay, but don't you think there is a distinction or at least a difference between following Jesus and being his disciple?
I totally agree with you. Alosha, that's a profound statement. I believe it to be true because following Jesus, I mean, how many people believe in a little bit of math? 2 + 2 = 4. Yeah, we agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now what are you going to do with that? I don't do math. Well, you do math. Everybody who has a bank statement does math.
Yeah.
So it's like belief is not the same.
No, we're talking about following and being disciple.
Well, most followers.
If you follow, you truly believe.
Well,
no?
I would say you would believe in Jesus if you're a follower.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. But does that mean you want a completely changed life, heart, purpose, focus, and soul?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the difference. When you put everything, like those disciples, they put everything aside.
Yeah.
Their previous lives, their families, their ambitions, everything. And they were like doing life together with Jesus.
And that, fellow truth seekers, is what we're challenging you and us today. Not just follow Jesus, but become a disciple of Jesus. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.